Warning, this podcast contains violence, sexuality, gore, and other horrible and disturbing things. Listener discretion is advised. Also, the hosts of this venture are ignorant dipshits, so please do not take anything they say as fact. And enjoy the show.
Now, are you sitting comfortably? Good. Then we'll begin.
Today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be.
It is our basic human right to be fucked up.
A second plane now has crashed into the other tower of the World Trade Center.
Putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
The defendant shall be incarcerated for the rest of her natural life with no possibility of parole.
You are not machines. You are not cattle. You are men.
We were somewhere around Barstow, on the edge of the desert, when the drugs began to take hold.
Occultae Veritatis.
Hello, and welcome to Occultae Veritatis podcast. I'm Ood Gallifrey, and in studio with me,
Dave Murray,
Leon Filger,
Richard Bigley,
and always present inside of our electronic equipment,
the soundboard demon.
The year is 2020. You really need the world to know your infant son has a penis and not a vagina. You wake up in a cold sweat, worrying that people on your Facebook friends list have no direct evidence that your infant son has a penis. Eureka! You could set off an explosion in the middle of a dry field in one of the driest periods in years in a pandemic where available firefighters are already limited and the modern slave force of backup prisoner firefighters is also diminished because of the same pandemic. But before we see if this turns out great or not, let's have some poison.
Yes.
So, what's your poison?
What is this?
No, it's fine. I kind of like it.
This is a charcoal-infused lemonade, sparkling organic cold-pressed juice vodka beverage, 40% alcoholic volume.
No, it's not 40. I read that first.
Oh,
first
shit.
too.
It's
4.0.
4%.
4.0, which is less than a standard beer, and it's 355 milliliters. And it's not very good.
I kind of like it.
Of course you would.
I know. I like things that don't taste like stuff.
It tastes bad.
Do you have a clear cup, or can you hand me one of those cups? I want to see how actually black this stuff is.
Is it black?
It says charcoal infused.
Okay, well,
I was thinking like black water.
I poured it
like that.
I poured it from this
It's black.
into this.
Oh
and
my
it's
god!
black.
Oh my god! It's black.
Give that back to me. I want to drink that.
It's black. Look
Holy
at that.
shit!
Your fucking liver's gotta filter that shit.
Wow, that's gross.
Your liver's
disgusting.
gotta filter that.
That's not very good.
You were so horny to try one.
I know, and it's not very good.
I'll drink the rest of yours.
You have it.
Okay, while I stumble home.
Have it.
It's not great.
I like it.
It's not great.
It tastes kind of like fizzy, kind of sweet.
Oh.
Nothing.
Yeah, there's way too much nothing. There's no kick. There's no flavor. There's nothing. You get like a little sweet and bitter, and then it's done.
I like it.
It's like
there's no
aggressively
aftertaste.
nothing.
It is aggressively nothing, yeah.
It's yuck.
Okay, I like it.
I could see throwing this up.
Oh, don't say that.
But
No,
your
I feel
body
it.
will filter all the charcoal out of it, I
great.
think.
It would only put a little bit in one of my circuits, and it just doesn't go.
I like it.
I got one bottle of cold water, a really old lemon, and some booze. Let's make a cocktail. That's what it tastes like.
It's fizzy. No, it's fizzy
but
water.
you got some charcoal from the fire you had last night around the campfire.
Yeah.
Okay, no,
and
it's
now
not
you
like
crush it up and you kind of mix it into your water lemon alcohol mix.
It
and then you
tastes
get
like
this.
lemon, like fizzy, like if you make like a soda water with your soda stream and you put like a tiny bit of vodka in it and squeeze a couple lemons in it. It's good. I like it.
SodaStream is the title of my party trick / sex work name.
Okay, I kind of like that. I'm into it.
Wonderful.
I'm going to subscribe to your Patreon.
Yeah, I like your rebranding. Before you were just Ping Pong Steve, so yeah.
Subscribe to my OnlyFans.
This is no good. I'm giving it 0 out of 10.
No, you're giving it to Sage.
It's yours.
Dive in.
I don't know.
Give it to Sage.
I don't know. This feels like a draft. This feels like a rough draft. So I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10. It's cold and wet though, so I can't complain too much.
Could you imagine if it was warm? It would probably be even worse.
No, I wouldn't like it if it was warm.
Like, I don't know. I'm thinking, even though it's cold, 3 out of 10 is like generous, just on the basis that it's cold.
Yeah.
I'm thinking more like 2 out of 10 because, like, if you had to drink this warm, it would be undrinkable. You'd be like, oh, I mean, it's not as bad as like dill pickle vodka.
No, dill pickle vodka.
But this is like pretty bad.
Wow, controversial.
I would give it like a 6.5 out of 10.
Whoa!
I really like this. It's good.
Boo! Boo!
It's good. Fuck off. I like it. Fuck you.
You heard it here first. Fuck you. Occultae Veritatis podcast.
Good morning. Welcome to our gender reveal breakfast. It's a big moment. We are one prick away from finding out one of the most important...
Yeah, can we move things along, please? A lot to do today.
Sorry, we are 2 pricks away from finding out... Thank you. A gender party is a curious thing.
It's a girl.
Oh, thank God, it's a girl! It's a girl! I'm gonna name her Harper. She'll be dressed head to toe in breathable French cotton. She'll smell like an expensive hotel bathroom her entire life. She'll be a giver, but still have a fierce independent streak. And most important, she won't be a gross, smelly boy that I'll have to teach sports to. Okay.
A gender reveal party is an event or celebration had during pregnancy or before or after pregnancy. The primary goal of this event is to reveal the baby's sex to the expecting parents, family, and friends.
No, just reveal if they have a
penis or
vulva
not.
or a
Yeah.
vulva or penis or vulva.
Yeah. Doesn't it like it's
Could
very...
you imagine like having a gender reveal party and like getting all the fucking blue dye or whatever because it's a boy, but then it turns out like the ultrasound was like misinterpreted because the baby or the fetus or the feti or whatever were like weirdly positioned and like their finger was where they were expecting to see, but it's actually a female. Hey.
Well, it also like the
and now
difference.
suddenly it's like your son's a daughter. Surprise.
Well, and the difference between a penis and a large vulva is like millimeters. Like there's when it comes out, like if their external genitalia is this big, it's a girl, and if it's this big, it's a boy.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking insane.
Yeah. And like there's an episode to be done in the future on intersex people who have been unfairly assigned a gender by their parents or doctors.
No, assigned by the doctors without the parents' consent or without their consent, and had things
or had surgeries where they could not consent to.
Oh, it's bad. It makes me so mad. I'm real riled up right now.
Like we're gonna talk about gender reveal parties, and you're gonna see throughout the episode that like the actual like, do we have to fear like dangerous gender reveal parties around every corner? No. Like
I kind of do.
I kind of do. The deadly consequences of gender reveal parties are few and far between. It's mostly just dumb groups of people doing dumb things like they usually do. But it's a seed of a bigger problem, which is
even the
society,
person.
Like treating all of society as heteronormative.
Gender is no longer required. Society has evolved past the need for gender.
Well, and the person who like quote unquote invented gender reveal parties is like, I wish I'd never fucking done this. This is fucking ridiculous.
They're probably looking at this and being like, oh, the fucking cacosity of it. You know?
Yes, no, like they are upset that they ever did it.
Oh yeah, I'm going to get to that about their whole history of it
because
and, like,
they have gender diverse kits.
Oh yeah, and like just to make sure that we're defining things correctly, like I'm not talking about baby showers. I think baby showers are sort of a good practice in a community. Like if you need stuff for your new baby and like you want to throw a party so the community can chip in their old baby stuff and all that. I don't have any problem with that.
No.
Yeah. And
baby showers. In fact, no, don't even fucking worry about having a baby shower. No, if there is a person who is about to have a child, you don't need a fucking party or nothing to even give them shit. Like just fucking give them shit. because they're gonna need it, you know.
Yeah. Well, that's what we did with Leon. We gave Leon
Like, you
a
don't
bunch
need
of
a
shit
party,
for
you just
Tons of shit.
fucking give them shit because they're gonna
because
need
he
it.
knew that he needed shit for his baby.
Yeah.
Like, have at it. We're one and done.
And
please take this shit away from my house.
Yeah. And before we I'll go through a couple examples. I dove into for a couple hours. I was searching for just any historical mention of some type of ancient gender reveal party, and I didn't find much. They're an oddly recent phenomenon.
Because they only have the to tell what kind of dink it has.
That's one thing. We didn't have the medical technology back then, and really the only forms of gender reveal parties that I could find in ancient history are from places like the Dark Ages, where they announced that they were having a son because a son could procreate and pass on the royal crown and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't actually know if it was gonna be
Well, they knew because the crystal went around in circles, or that when they pissed on the straw, it had little straws.
She's
come
craving
out.
sweets in her first trimester. Gonna be a girl. All
weird shit. Okay.
Yeah, and that's what I mostly saw. But as technology improved, and as we were getting better and better at predicting what genitals the baby would have when it is born, gender reveal parties started to reveal themselves more and more. They were here and there, just with individual families. Up until they got really big in about 2008.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jen, I understand you claim that you started the gender reveal parties back in 2008?
Yeah, I was an early adopter to social media. So I was pregnant 11 years ago, and I had a gender reveal party, the first one. I was just very excited. I wanted to up the excitement level of our baby that was coming. And my family had no idea. They were very kind of annoyed with me. Why are we having this barbecue in the middle of the week? Why are we having cake? It's no one's birthday. I had baked a pink cake and a blue cake with, the filling. And I had the OBGYN put our gender information into an envelope. OBGYN was very confused. Why? You want to know the gender, but why don't you want me to tell you? And I'm like, we're doing this party. Nobody got it.
And then they got it at the big party. They got it.
We cut into the cake.
Right.
Moments changed forever. People were crying oh my God, they all got it.
But I understand
as soon as
now,
they saw the icing.
The big controversy here, though, now Jenna, who says she invented the gender reveal parties, you now say you regret it, that this is a regret. Why?
Well, actually, what happened was I have 3 daughters. I have 3 girls. And one Christmas morning, 2013, my daughter, she's very girly. She opens up her present, and it's Legos. And she starts crying, the middle one. She starts crying, Mommy, why did Santa Claus bring me a boy toy? Oh. And I'm like, honey, what are you talking about? What do you mean a boy toy? And she says, well, it's not pink. And it clicked with me. If it's not pink, it's not for her. I don't feel like she's getting those messages from me. I mean, I made her nursery in yellow and blue, but if she gets it from society, and that's what she's gotten walking down the toy aisles, she understands if it's not pink, it's not for me, and that's not okay with me.
And so now you regret it, and you would not do it again in hindsight.
I actually never did it again. After that, I put on my blog, it got into a magazine, and the party went crazy from there, and I never did another gender reveal.
So in 2008, Jenna Carvadusis threw a party at which she announced the baby's sex by cutting into a cake filled with pink icing.
Mm-hmm.
So she was the first person who made this trend quote unquote viral. She had a fairly small blog on a website, and this blog post of her doing a gender reveal party by cutting into a cake saying my baby has a vagina because the cake is pink, that went super viral. And over the next few years, people started copying it over and over and over again.
Glitter or guns?
Yeah. And just as a little side point, the most common colors used were pink for girls and blue for boys. That's usually what emerges. And of course that goes back to old stereotypes, but not as old as you might think.
Yeah, because pink used to be for boys.
Color,
Yeah. And blue was a girl color because it was more weak and wishy-washy, and pink was more proud and assertive.
That's right. It's very interesting how society changes, over time, and how different norms, adjust.
Yeah.
In ancient Rome, it was considered the height of manliness. Like, it was considered sexy as fuck. Like, oh, look at that big hunk doing that, to openly weep. In ancient Rome, it was considered that a man had true mastery over all his emotions if he was able to openly weep in public, and it was considered manly and respectable.
I think it should still be.
We need to bring
manly
that
and
back.
respectable.
Fuck.
Yes.
No, let's bring back like men crying openly in public.
Men being able to outwardly express their
See,
emotions.
part of me is like, I haven't cried for like years, and part of me is like, I bet there's a lot of like repressed emotion and trauma within me that needs to be released. But I'm like, no, I can't do that.
I cried this morning watching George W. Bush's eulogy to his father, George H.W. Bush.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So through our tears, let us know the blessings of knowing and loving you, a great and noble man, the best father a son or daughter could have. And in our grief, let us smile knowing that Dad is hugging Robin and holding Mom's hand again.
Well, I cry like once every like 6 months, but it's usually brought upon by like some stupid TV show that I'm watching, and I'm like, I will just let everything out, and
really?
I can cry.
Once
Yeah,
I cry daily.
I don't. I'm not a crier. My husband, Mr. Sage Murray, is much more emotional than I am.
Really?
Were you okay? Now, be honest with us, Leon. Were you crying because it was that emotional that he lost a father, or were you crying because George W. Bush wasn't there with his father in the casket?
No, it was for the first reason. It was a really good eulogy, and George W. Bush broke down in the last 10 seconds, and it just fucking killed me.
I could see myself crying for my latter reason.
Sometimes, like, no matter how like immoral of a figure's acting, you can't help but feel that genuine empathy of him. Like, even though he did like immoral things, like you can hear that genuine empathy for like the loss of his father.
Yeah,
I think that's a human thing that's hard to get away from.
Well, I definitely think that's genuine. So like, no judgment on that.
Yeah. And like it was actually, like you were saying that before these colors were assigned to these genders by society, it was reversed, and that's partially true. It was reversed for a while, but the actual truth is a lot more like complicated than that.
Okay.
Like, from the birth of the Industrial Revolution, when corporations were able to mass produce products, up until about 1950, there was no real rhyme or reason to what colors are assigned to what genders as infants.
Yeah.
Like, people at the time, like historians have done surveys where they go into old catalogs and old advertisements, and they try and look for the baby clothes. What color are the baby clothes they're advertising as girl clothes, boy clothes? And there was really no consistency that went on through the years.
Well, did you see the interior design from those eras, though? Like, the guy has a fucking, like, teal refrigerator in the kitchen, and then, like, a beige dishwasher.
All I want
is
a teal
refrigerator. And then, like, a TV with, like, fucking wood panel on it. Like, no, seriously. There was no rhyme or reason to that. Anything flew, you know?
Yeah. And just like the diamond ring, and just like a lot of things in society that we now consider essential, pink and blue were put into the minds of the Western audience, and which eventually bled out into Europe and everywhere else by 1950s advertising agencies.
They were fucking smart back then.
Yeah. If you can assign a color to a group of people and say, hey, you're in this group of people, you should have this color, then you have a direct path to advertise to those people that you should have this thing. It's your color. That's the color your gender belongs to. You should have this.
Well, like, even my poor kid is now like, he'll have to be like, it's okay, Mom. I'm allowed to like pink because colors aren't for boys or for girls or for any other gender. Like, it's heartbreaking to hear him have to say that. Like, just fucking like pink, son. Who cares?
Yeah, and like that's why I say like that's why I said like these dangerous gender reveal parties are really just a symptom, because like sure, like somebody's grandma got killed by shrapnel, like a firefighter got killed, like thousands of areas of property damage, but it doesn't account for like, you know, the thousands of people, the tens of thousands of people who are forced to feel gender dysphoria because their parents decided to do this big hullabaloo.
Yeah.
And I think the same parents that would throw these kind of parties are the same parents that would deny their child's identity, possibly. I think more likely.
Well, the originator of it wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you'll find out this later in the story, just a little preview. But she finds out that one of her children is gender non-conforming in the end, and that changes her opinion on gender identity. So
is it like a redemption arc, or
I would say so.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
Right.
Especially since she didn't intend for it to become a big thing. When she made that blog post, she thought, okay, people are gonna stick to cakes and streamers and but she didn't, as soon as people started setting fires, she spoke up immediately and was like, holy shit, what are you doing?
Yeah, no, she was just doing it for the aesthetics, right?
Okay.
She thought it was just cute and
and
Pinterest
her
worthy.
And grandma and grandpa and mom and dad, and then
Yeah.
the 3 or 4 friends on her blog kind of thing, and then suddenly it just fucking took off.
Yeah,
like
just
things
snowballed
do.
and went
And you're just
insane.
like, holy shit!
Now people
you
are
just looked way into this way further than anyone intended.
Right. Yeah.
And also, I can't speculate why. Maybe it's a rise in normality of right-wing opinions, which include discluding LGBT identities. But after 2016, the amount of gender reveal parties being posted to YouTube, Facebook, social media tripled.
Well, it's insane. From my more progressive friends, they're still having these gender identity my unborn child has a dick. Hooray!
Well, it just communicates secret biases that we might have. Yeah, I think we've discussed why this idea is problematic. So
yes,
let's discuss what a typical gender reveal party would be like. So this is from bumpreveal.com, a blog post in 2018. This is how to run a gender reveal party.
I'm proud to say that I've never been invited to a gender reveal party.
Neither have I.
Yeah.
I've never been invited to a party, period.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yes, you have.
Came
I've
to
invited
my last birthday party.
And I've invited you to my son's birthday party.
You're loved, you fucker.
Yeah, you fuck.
Yeah, you're loved so goddamn much.
Yeah, I love you so much.
I love you.
I love you too.
Step 1. Confirm gender of baby with ultrasound. Now, again,
that's always kind of
this blog post is mixing up sex and gender, so they're using the wrong terms. So you don't determine the gender of a baby with an ultrasound.
No.
The baby determines the baby's gender.
Yeah.
I guess
your
so.
gender's in your head. Your junk is in your head.
The genderbread man.
Yeah.
I remember that. Sex with Stone did an episode on that.
Yeah.
Sex with Stone did do an episode on that.
Yeah. So just step 1, we're already off on the wrong foot. You're already checking for the wrong thing.
Yeah.
You're not doing what you think you are. Step 2, create a theme. Ideas range from the corny to slightly less corny. For some people, it will be, what will it be theme? For example, where bees are incorporated into the party's theme.
Okay, didn't you do bees for your last kid themes? And it was really cute.
That was
my kid's first birthday was bee themed. Yeah.
Okay, it was really
cute.
It
was his first bee day, so
we dressed him up as a bee.
Oh,
it was
cute.
adorable. I took video, and everybody liked it.
On step 3, set the date. Step 4, pick a way to reveal the gender. Who would like to read the ways they list out to pick a gender?
Bake a cake with neutral colored frosting outside and pink/blue color inside. You can give the envelope to a local cake maker or a trusted friend, and they can make or pick up the correct cake. Alternatively, cupcakes and cake pops are popular options. Everyone can join in and see the baby's gender as they bite in together. Have a friend put pink or blue helium balloons into a sealed box. Open the box and let the balloons fly out to reveal the baby's gender.
Hold on.
Pollution.
Remember I just want to flash back to the balloon kerfluffle. Balloons are, with the exception of the selective medical use that they may provide, society has also evolved past the need for balloons.
Yep.
They are terrible. Listen to the balloon kerfluffle episode. Don't fucking do that.
Don't
That's
put
a terrible idea. Balloons are just garbage. Just toss them.
We have
Don't
a
even
limited amount
try.
of helium. We should use it to make people's voices high and funny, not to make rubber go high.
Well, and rubber takes forever to decompose.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it. And people die when you release a lot of balloons, apparently. So.
OV-Pod, anti-balloon. Tell your friends.
We are very anti-balloon. Fuck balloon. We should get a logo of a balloon with the big no smoking, but instead of a cigarette, it's a fucking balloon.
Yeah, anti-gender
Okay.
binary, anti-balloon. There we
That's right. Binary, genders, and balloon. Fuck them both.
In quotation or in hypotheses, if you want to be fancy, you can use a trunk or chest. Have a friend put pink or blue baby socks in a box. Then open the socks. Put traditionally male or female clothing, toys, or other items inside the box. Then open the box to reveal the gender.
Wait, like traditionally male toys, like a fleshlight, and female toys like a vibrator.
Okay, no,
or-
like, hey, as far as I'm concerned, toys are not neither male nor female unless you use your
Unless you need your
genitals
your
to-
genitals to use
In
them,
which
yeah.
case, they're not for babies.
You probably
Wait,
shouldn't
yeah.
give them to babies. Never mind, scratch that.
I would love to see a gender reveal party where they open the box. It's just a Hitachi
It's
magic
a fucking
wand.
Hitachi, hey.
Wait, your guy-
it's a female.
Your guys' toy trucks when you were little weren't penis activated?
They were not, no.
Son of a bitch.
And also, I had trucks, and I fully I identify as female.
You were able to play with a truck while having a vagina?
I was.
Sage, are you some sort of Wonder Woman?
Maybe.
Anything's penis activated if you try hard enough.
Oh, no.
And I do try hard, by the way.
Yep.
All right, the last one. Get a piñata and fill it with blue or pink items inside based on the gender of the baby. This one is particularly popular if you already have kids, or if there are going to be a lot of kids at the party.
Take a pinata, fill it with bees.
Fill it with bees.
Swarm of bees!
What's the deal with bees?
Swarm of bees! Okay, we're just mixing all of our pop
Yeah.
cultures.
So that was step 4, pick a way to reveal gender. Step 5, plan games for your guests.
You like bees?
Who would like to read how to plan games?
Leon.
Oh, I could read that.
Or Richard.
Okay, where are we at? Diaper changing games on dolls or inanimate objects, obviously. So apparently there is some sort of diaper changing game where you're supposed to like put a diaper on a banana or something, or a doll.
How?
I think it's done in like a relay style, or maybe like timed or something.
It's timed, okay.
I don't know. I literally never looked into this.
Old wives' tale games. There are all sorts of stories about how to predict a baby's gender. I guess they mean sex, without an ultrasound. There's a legend that if you're carrying low in suspicious air quotation marks, you're having a boy. And if you're carrying high, well, you probably had too much THC. Then it's a girl. Don't do drugs while pregnant, actually. That's a bad idea.
I carried low and I had a boy.
Ah.
Little bit of anecdotal bullshit for you. Well, as far as I know, Mindy Sage is a boy.
Presenting as a boy now, but that could change in the
Well,
future.
like I said, as far as I know, and as far as I know, his pronouns are he, his.
And I mean, one day they may decide to change that, and
Exactly.
then we'll just accept it, and
it'll be
move
super
on.
cool.
And we need to like ensure that the world that they are in will be accepting and deal with it.
It's almost like we already do this with like names, and like it wouldn't be any extra effort to like just call them by a different pronoun.
Yeah,
Weird.
no, like weird.
You know, like Ashley, or what's another one?
Corey, Courtney, or like Taylor, or Jordan, or
Jordan's
Dylan.
another one, yeah.
Dylan,
Caden, and Okaden, and all right then.
Jack,
Leon,
yeah, Leon.
Yeah, pork pie.
Pork pie.
Oud
Gallifrey, you know.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay, so
Your little shit is also gender neutral.
your little
It
shit
definitely, it 100%
See,
is.
my favorite like gender neutral would be like comrade, you know,
Or matey.
matey, our matey.
Matey, comrade matey, yeah.
Yes. Another legend says that if your
Legend?
left breast is bigger during pregnancy, then it's a boy. Everyone's touching their breasts.
Okay, my
now.
left breast has always been bigger, and I had a boy.
Guys, it's a girl. Yeah, it's a girl.
Mr. Gallifrey, I am so proud of you.
Mine's a boy.
Yes, my left breast has always been bigger. That's why when I got my nipples pierced, I pierced my right nipple so it wouldn't feel so sad.
By the way, if you are grabbing your own tits right now, you owe us $1. Patreon.com.
You owe us
Yeah.
$1.
You owe us $1.
You owe us $1. Sign up. Pay us your $1 at patreon.com.
Yeah, caught you with my psychic
/
powers. You know how it goes.
OVPod.
Also love you.
So pick a few of these old wives' tales and then add them up and see if there's any truth to the old wives' tales.
Oh my God.
Sonogram guessing. Have your guests look at your sonogram and then guess whether it's a boy or a girl. Have them write their guesses on a piece of paper with their names. Then read out the names of the people who were right. Ha ha, if you were wrong about the sex, which has been misdefined as gender, and then, make fun of your party guests who were wrong. That sounds like a totally awesome good time.
Super good time.
Fuck is wrong with people? Anyway.
Wait till you get to the chocolate bar one.
Oh, fuck, I am there.
Uh-oh.
Melt chocolate bars into diapers and have guests guess which chocolate bar is What? Melt chocolate bars into diapers and then guests guess which each chocolate bar is based on the smell. And then in brackets, it literally acknowledges, yeah, this one can be a little gross. I guess, if you used a chocolate bar with nuts and then a chocolate bar that didn't have nuts, never mind.
I'm glad there's just no chocolate bars with corn in them.
Okay, well, you guys are all super welcome for not ever having this party.
Oh my god, they need to make a red bean chocolate bar.
That was a
Okay, well, I fucking love red bean buds. Oh my god.
Like red bean, like the sesame balls, or red bean ice cream. Fuck, they need to make a red bean chocolate bar.
Okay, I'm in.
Yo.
You and me.
If you are the kind of person who owns a chocolate factory, if you're like Willy Wonka, but listening to OV Pod, then definitely make a red bean chocolate bar and send one our way, because holy fuck, that sounds delightful.
That sounds delightful. Oh my god.
You can send that to P.O. Box 21028, Grosvenor Park, Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, S7H5N9.
Please don't send us bombs.
No, just chocolate bars.
Because what'll happen if you send us a bomb is that you will blow up a fucking pharmacy. A pharmacy where people get their fucking medications. So
and that would be sad.
Don't blow up a pharmacy.
Don't blow
That's
up a pharmacy.
Terrible idea.
We love
because
you, but don't blow us up.
people need their medication.
It's true.
Like how they need their healthcare, and that'd be a real fucking dick move.
Yeah.
So don't send us a fucking bomb, you assholes.
Only send us good things.
Send us nice things.
We try to only send you nice things, so just say it.
So what I described happened, that little party format, that happened hundreds of times in private spaces.
Yes.
And then it amplified further. Celebrities started to do it.
Yep.
Hilary Duff, Jessica Simpson, Snooki, Orlando Bloom, Ray J, Daniel Brooks from Orange is the New Black all did their own gender reveal parties on social media.
We haven't told anyone we're having a boy.
Oh, congratulations!
Oh. Pink or blue? And Gianni knows what we're having, and he put balloons in a bin for us. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness! We're having a girl!
I have a blue shake and a pink shake.
Oh my gosh, what is that?
It's
a boy! Yeah, we're having a boy!
I want burritos now. Fuck you.
Yeah. Could you imagine that? Hey, you had a piece of Tupperware, and then all your guests have pieces of Tupperware, and then they open up. Is it a boy or a girl? No, it's fucking leftovers.
It's fucking refried. Okay, I wouldn't want all of that in a burrito, but I do fucking love vegetarian refried beans. Oh my god.
The demon has taken over this episode by putting a picture of someone who took an entire can's worth of burritos. Correction, entire can's worth of refried beans in the single can shape, wrapped it in a tortilla, and called it a bean burrito.
Yeah, still has the can ridges.
And I'm sorry.
Look at the ridges of the can.
You can feel them skipping along your teeth as you're chewing.
I would eat that with some cheese and hot sauce, sour cream, salsa, and tomatoes, and maybe a little bit of taco seasoning. So I'm hungry now. Fuck you. In conclusion.
So the spread of gender reveal parties can be attributed to social media platforms, YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest. Also, the expediency and easy concept of the video makes it very susceptible to remix culture, meme culture. So one gender party reveal video can be remixed and reposted and memed all the time. So it just exploded in popularity. And demographic research shows that most gender reveal parties are done by expecting parents that are A, middle class, B, heterosexual, C, white, and D, usually conservative.
No!
Or right-leaning. Yeah. So before we talk about the big booms and the huge damage, the psychological damage that these can do. So gender dysphoria is a killer.
Yes.
There's been rigorous research around the world on the effects of gender dysphoria on mental health. Assigning a child a gender that they do not identify as makes the child feel belittled, attacked, invalid, and unaccepted.
Right.
And leading psychological researchers say that this type of gender dysphoria, like, is a precursor to suicide. Like when gender dysphoria starts to increase, the likeliness of LGBT people killing themselves becomes way higher.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like that the woman who ran I don't know, she ran against a Democrat sheriff as a Republican because the Republicans didn't nominate anybody else. So by being the only person on the ballot, boom, she's a Republican candidate. But the Democrat sheriff in the media intentionally misgendered her.
Oh.
And I mean, of course, she has problematic positions in and of itself, but the fact is this fucking old ass Democrat sheriff is misgendering this person intentionally, and I don't know. I read it and I was like, yeah, her positions are shitty, but at the same time, you're like even worse.
Well, that's like
know?
I have no love for Caitlyn Jenner. But don't fucking misgender her.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
she may be problematic as fuck. She may not be a great person. But don't fucking misgender her.
And I mean, it's a
Caitlyn Jenner's a she.
It's an easy point to make I mean, I would hope it's an easy point to make. There you go. You found her. So,
oh, yeah.
Oh, it's on the
I
screen
heard about
now,
her,
but
yeah.
Yeah, it's like, say you're a cis white dude, you're born, you got a penis, you're attracted to females.
You like your penis.
Dick
you're
and
cool with your
vagina.
penis.
What is perceived as, I don't know. I don't want to say normal, but I guess
No,
it's
it's not normal.
it's perceived as such.
Heterosexual. I
Yeah,
guess
that whole
is fair.
heterosexual cisgender thing, and I'm like, oh yeah, you're a cute girl.
Yeah.
Like to me that's you'd be offended by that. You'd be like, well no, I'm a guy, I'm a man, and why are you calling me a girl? And people would be upset. And to me, like, I kind of equate it to that, and to me it's repulsive.
Yeah.
In both cases.
Yeah.
So
don't misgender people.
Imagine that happening to you. Like if you're cisgendered and you identify with the gender you're given at birth, like if you were like anything like that, imagine somebody misgendering you. Like
calling you sir. Like, so imagine someone calling me sir.
And like not politely. Like LGBT people often have this thrusted at them in rude confrontational things. Imagine and that like weird pit in your stomach, like, no, I'm not that. Like that's the exact feeling that LGBT people feel.
When it literally takes like zero effort to just call someone by their pronouns.
And I mean, I get sometimes if someone's transitioned and you knew them one way and another, sometimes you fuck it up, but you fuck it up, and I find
you don't make a big deal about it.
Don't make a big deal of it. They're generally, very forgiving people.
Well, and you don't want to put the emotional effort on them to be like, oh no, it's fine, because it's not fine. You fuck up.
And
you apologize and you move on.
You just learn from it,
There's a news presenter in Saskatoon called Danny Kerslake. And for the very longest time, he went by Dan Kerslake. And one day, he came on the radio and said, just so everyone knows, my name is Danny. It's always been Danny. Everyone calls me Danny. And on the radio, I'm going to go by Danny now. And everyone went, okay, Danny.
Oh,
that's
cool,
all it
Danny.
took. It was.
All it took was,
this
hey,
is how
I'm
I want to
Danny.
be addressed. Just please address me. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, like
If
no big deal.
Some fucking people can't figure that out.
Yeah, like we have real problems to deal with. Like we have 60 years of topsoil left. Global warming is on the warpath. Fascism is on the rise. We want to fight about who gets to go in what bathroom and whether we want to call someone. Come on, we got to get past this bullshit.
Now, as an optimist, I say don't think of this as the worst year for California and Oregon fires in the last 100. Think of it as the best year for California fires and Oregon fires in the next 1,000.
Yeah. There we go.
That's all I'm gonna say.
So I don't like that.
So when these already problematic parties go too far, Dennis Dickey, in April 2017, he took a 49-second video. He filled a box with powder, that was going to be blue or pink. He also added tannerite, a highly explosive but perfectly legal substance. And when he fired his rifle, the blast sent sparks into the state's dry brush and ignited the blaze.
Super duper.
Yeah. The U.S. Forest Service released a video of the exact moment when Border Patrol agent, by the way, Dennis Dickey, and his wife found out the gender of their baby and started a large wildfire that tore through Arizona's parched grasslands.
America! Fuck yeah!
Yeah. In the video, you can hear the explosion go off, and he quickly yells, "Let's start packing up," as the fire starts.
Can we watch this? I want to watch this video.
If you can find the video.
No, I already got the video.
Fuck yeah.
He's up there. I see it. It's like a blue haze. Okay, here we go.
Looking pretty dry. Oh no! Fire is everywhere. We still don't know.
Like it's an active fucking fire.
We still don't know if it's blue or pink. It's just real fiery.
It's just a lot of fire. Dry grass on fire in the desert.
Dry shrubs on fire in a desert. Yeah, just lots of fire.
There's a person that
a couple of people
half-heartedly pours like a water bottle's worth of water on it.
Packing up!
Start packing up. Get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
It's on
They
fire.
were real sad about it.
Yeah, so for those of you that didn't see, they fired at this thing. The powder didn't even they didn't even do what they were supposed to. You couldn't see what color the powder was. They started the grass on fire, and then somebody made a half-ass attempt to pour half a liter of water on this raging blaze, and then they said, "Hey, let's get out of here."
Yeah, post that video. That's a good Facebook video.
That is a good Facebook
everybody
video.
Could see, just to see the kind of like nonsense we're looking at.
Links in the show notes.
So
super duper.
Ultimately, this torched through 4,700 acres of grasslands, and 800 firefighters were required to extinguish the blaze at a cost of $8 million.
That's a lot.
Take that, precious grassland.
And just to reiterate this, because grasslands kind of like get the shit end of the stick for environmentalism, because everybody thinks all grasslands are going to be all right. But there is biomass within grasslands that is lost forever when it goes up in flames. So just as an example, these 47,000 acres that went up have about 100 tons of biomass per acre. So that's about 4.7 million tons, or 9.4 billion pounds of biomatter that was destroyed. Plants, animals, fungi, like all these things are lost.
That's fucked up.
That's fucked. Yeah.
Mike Kiebert. So he didn't get injured. Nobody else got injured, but he made a gender reveal video that was seen as like dangerous and encouraging dangerous behavior from others. He took a watermelon. He filled the watermelon full of blue jelly, and he wanted to show people what the gender of a future baby was going to be with this watermelon with blue jelly. He did this by going up to an alligator and putting the watermelon in the alligator's mouth, having the alligator chop it in half.
The fuck are with white people? Like, we are all white people. Like, what the fuck, white people?
What all the cacosity, like I said, you know.
All white people.
That's the spelling for his name.
Like,
I already got
sorry
it.
about
You're a beautiful demon. You identify as a man?
It's
All I
cute.
do is Google. I identify as a demon.
All I do is Google,
Yeah.
no matter what.
You know what that video is.
Made for butter lovers. Without the dairy. Baked with Bay-Cell plant-based bricks.
Probably not with B-Cell.
Okay, so he's dicking around with an alligator with a watermelon, I guess.
Like you do.
But he's just fucking sitting there doing nothing, eh?
It's okay.
He's got a watermelon in its mouth.
Oh, no. You can't get down. Come on.
Look at this poor alligator.
Fuck the
Let's get
poor
this
thing.
party going.
Let's get this party going.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of people standing around, and there's no real like nets or safety equipment attached to the alligators.
No. Ready?
Literally.
Ready
He's
forever.
just fucking with this alligator.
I've been in
With
hell
his
for
mouth
thousands of
open.
years, but this seems like a Florida thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I know a lot of Florida. Oh!
Okay, so it finally bit the watermelon and blue shit came out of it.
After they fucked around with a
With a fucking alligator.
As alligator.
So a bunch of people came out and said, "Hey, you're kind of using this live animal as a prop for like bragging about your baby's dick. Like that's kind of like irresponsible." Especially like the video's still going. You see kids rolling around on the ground near the alligator.
The alligator's like walking towards the people. Hey, like.
Yeah. So Mike Kybert, the guy that did this, he went on to say that accidents happen. Admittedly, the alligator in the background of the video has bit him 3 times.
Admittedly.
But he maintains that he is a world-leading alligator handler and that his family provides a sanctuary for reptiles. When asked about some of the negative comments made on his video, he concludes that they are very mean.
They are very mean.
Yeah.
They hurt my feelings, and I did not like them.
I only really feel bad for the alligator.
Me too.
Oh, that poor alligator.
Like, man, the thing's just fucking hanging out, being like an alligator. Maybe he'll like see you later or something, and then get that.
Definitely not after a while.
But not after a while because he's an alligator and not a crocodile. But yeah, I feel really bad for the alligator having to put up with this asshole.
So this one doesn't have a video, but an unnamed pilot was hired at one point. This is another incident. He was hired to do a fly-by gender reveal for a couple. I'm sure he meant sex. He filled his plane with 350 gallons or 3,000 pounds of pink-colored water, and then he flew really low to drop the water and do the gender reveal. The combined weight of the water plus the passenger in his plane, since his plane was only built for one person, made the plane fly too low.
Oh, no.
The plane flew too slowly and too low before it stalled and crashed, sustaining substantial damage. There were 2 people on the plane, which was designed for one person. The report says that the pilot said the gender reveal was for a friend. The pilot escaped uninjured, while the passenger survived minor injuries. So nobody died, nobody was majorly injured. But again, people doing dumb shit to announce, like, my baby has a vagina.
Or like maybe a vagina.
Yeah, maybe a vagina.
Because literally the difference is like millimeters.
Yeah, and this, we talk a lot on this podcast about gender being a spectrum. But, sex is also sex is not binary. Sex is bimodal.
It's not like how you learned it in grade 10. It's not like XX and XY.
It's progressed past that point. Yeah.
That's not a thing.
Yeah.
Society has progressed past the point of needing sex.
So I don't know about society, but definitely like cool people.
Yeah. If you want to be cool, just like drop the ideas of sex and gender,
and just let people
be who
they are.
What they want to do. Call them how they want to be called. Let them present how they want to present, and
just be super chill about it.
Just be fucking cool and accept it, man.
Pamela Krymayer, age 66, was with 4 of her family members, including her daughter-in-law, who was expecting a baby, and gathered outside of her home to light a fuse to a makeshift explosive.
Of course, makeshift explosive always follows with really excellent after comments.
That sounds like my metal band name, Makeshift Explosive.
I kind of like that, yeah.
It was a homemade pipe bomb filled with colored powder.
Homemade pipe bomb?
Homemade pipe bomb. What could possibly go wrong with that?
As opposed to your store-bought pipe bombs.
Yeah.
It was filled with colored powder, smokeless gunpowder, and of course, since it was amateur made, the guy that made the bomb made it incorrectly.
Yeah.
See, there was supposed to be one end of the tube that was left open, so that when the explosion goes off, the little powder spews out. Because he was an amateur bomb builder, because amateurs shouldn't build bombs.
No.
He covered up that part of the tube.
Oops.
And the explosive force made that tube go into multiple smithereens.
Yeah.
Not only the tube, but the metal stand underneath the tube also exploded into metal shrapnel.
Oh, shit, shrapnel.
We need Occultae Veritatis brand thermite, I think.
For civil disobedience.
Just think about how cool that would be if we started selling thermite. And it could be OV-Pod branded, you know?
Yeah. Pamela Krymaker was killed on Saturday afternoon after a piece of metal shrapnel struck her in the head and killed her instantly.
Fucking yikes.
Yep. So this is a gender reveal where it ended in a death. Somebody made a homemade pipe bomb to announce that their baby's genitals were away.
Maybe had a dick or maybe had a vulva.
Maybe. And
are the straights okay?
Mother-in-law died.
The straights are never okay.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're straight, you have some bar none. You have some you have some introspection to do.
Have you progressed beyond straight?
I think so. I think I'm bi-curious.
Cool.
I want to cuddle with certain people, and I think
there you go.
I want to kiss people on the face.
I don't know. I just want to cut into a cake and have it like chocolate and peanut butter, kind of like Reese's-y or whatever. And then people are like, well, what gender is the baby? And then I'll like reach into the cake and they'll be like a little plastic dinosaur. And I'll be like, it's a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be cool?
I like the idea of having it be a peanut butter chocolate thing and be like, what gender's the baby? It's like, who cares? It just makes shit.
Yeah,
That too.
basically. It
Lots of
literally
peanuts,
does.
lots of
Babies just
chocolate.
make shit.
Babies just make shit.
Oh, okay. Now he's like burning his car up, eh?
Oh, okay,
This is
that's
an
fun.
Australian one. We don't
Oh.
have videos of the
What
lady.
could go wrong with that?
We don't have
Oh my
videos of the
God.
shrapnel one, but
Yeah.
here's a car lighting on fire.
There's literally a car doing a burnout with flames shooting out the back of the tires into the ditch.
But the smoke is blue.
Smoke is blue, so
It's
you
a
know
boy.
you know it maybe has a dick.
This is so dumb.
Like what
Like
makes-
the passenger compartment has flames coming out of it.
Yeah.
There's flames coming out of everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This is the one that became famous this year. The El Dorado fire.
El Dorado, yes.
Yeah,
That's the one. Yeah.
The fire began 10:23 a.m. on September 5th, 2020, in the El Dorado Park in Yucapa. The agency said that the fire was caused by a smoke-generating pyrotechnic device used during a quote-unquote gender reveal party. With dry conditions and critical fire weather, it doesn't take much to start a wildfire. That morning in Los Angeles County, in the area where this fire was started, the temperature reached a record high of 121 degrees Fahrenheit or
Good
49 degrees Celsius.
That's insane.
The area where they set off the bomb had dead grass reaching up to 4 feet in height. Over 7,000 acres have been destroyed.
Sounds super safe.
Yeah. So I would like. So those are some of the consequences. So yeah, not only is there physical consequences, including disasters and deaths and mayhem, like starting fires, but there's also psychological effects.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to end it off. I would like to, I guess, almost end it off by handing it off to Leon to once again reiterate the difference between gender and sex.
Okay, my name is Leon Filger. I am a man, and I am male. My sex is male because I have male genitalia. I have a penis and testicles. I am a man because I identify in my head as a man, as opposed to a woman. So sex is what's between your legs.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And gender is what you feel in your head.
Gender's always what you feel in your head.
Yeah, and once again, gender is a social construct, like the fact that like women wear dresses and men wear pants, as society likes to imply.
Mm-hmm.
That's created totally from like the collective opinions of everybody in that society. It's not written on stone. It doesn't exist out there in nature. You're not going to find like the amino acid of dress wearing. It's something that we made up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just to end off this episode with a nice capper of like just along the theme of like this is kind of like a symptom of the problem instead of the main problem. Mega fires. So
mega fires. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, because
I don't know. Part of me is thinking like when it was like what from like Mulan, when like Shan Yu is on the Great Wall of China and then the fire erupts and he's like, no, all of China knows you're here.
Yes.
It's like the fire erupts in the grass and it's like, now all of California knows it's a boy.
Fucking loved old Mulan. Fuck new Mulan.
Yeah.
And their by erasure.
Yeah, it's an issue there. Yeah.
It's an erasure.
Yeah, so I'm just going to take a tiny departure to just connect global warming to this event. So since this is based around a wildfire, something I found out recently is because of global warming advancing, we are entering an age. Like when I mean entering, I mean like now. Like we're entering the new age of something called mega fires.
Mega fires.
So rising temperatures mean that droughts worsen, that plants die more frequently, and when plants do grow, their growing season is shortened. So that means there's way more dry material available to burn every year.
On the note of growing plants, we only have 60 years of topsoil left, so ta-da!
Yeah.
Don't like that.
Lightning increases by about 12% for every 1 degree Celsius temperature increase. Lightning is one of the main ways that these fires get started. The amount of dead plants that die earlier in the season and dry out, so the amount of plants that become flammable, rises by 10% for every 1 degree Celsius increase in temperature. like we are entering an age of mega fires. Like there's a bunch of firsts taking place. For the first time last year, the state of California had to issue a warning for wildfire tornadoes. That's the first time they had to issue a warning. The conditions are such that wildfire, like fire tornadoes, are likely.
I've seen pictures of those, and they are very scary.
Yeah. Yeah, so the new era, the new fire era that the world's entering means that the old ways of fighting fires no longer suffice. So we're entering an area of mega fires. Yeah.
Fire tornadoes, though.
Yeah.
We should post a video of one of those because
they're very scary.
I know they're out there. Like, could you imagine a fucking tornado? But it's not just a tornado; it's fucking fire.
It's a tornado that's full of fire.
Yeah.
Like just fire.
It's no good.
Yeah. So that's my little mega fire soapbox because we're safe in the middle of the country here because we're not going to get flooded, but we have to deal with mega fires. Just to end this episode, I'm going to leave it to the lady that started it off, Jenna Carvadusis. Recently, she has been quoted as saying, "Who cares what gender the baby is?" Once again, this is the lady that created the phenomenon, whose blog post went viral and popularized it. Assigning focus on gender at birth leaves out so much of their potential and talents that have nothing to do with what's in between their legs.
Yes.
She was continued as stating, "Toxic masculinity is men thinking they need to explode something simply because enjoying a baby party is for sissies."
Yeah.
And
also
America, fuck yeah.
Yeah. So
also Canada, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And Australia, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all suck.
So I propose that along with doing away with what did you want to do away with, Richard?
A lot of things this episode, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
mean, I don't know. I think it's kind of wholesome in a certain respect because there were. I saw an article and it was basically transgender people coming out, as their gender, and they're having gender reveal parties for
I would
adults
I would
and
be cool with that
teenagers
as adults
who
and
are
teenagers.
coming out and being like, "I'm non-binary." Oh yeah, and a bunch of black and purple and yellow balloons that are not really, or I'm a woman now, and
I've always been a woman.
You have your gender reveal party as a grown adult, and you're like, yeah, I'm a woman.
Yeah.
Imagine that, including a child in on the discussion of their own identity.
Yes.
Revolutionary.
Yes.
Well,
yeah,
there was one
I'm
article
definitely in
I
for that.
saw. It was, they got married as a cis, or I guess it was they were presenting as a cis couple, and then I guess husband, if you will, transitioned, and then they had another wedding where they both got to wear beautiful white gowns and get married again.
Sounds like a prof that I've recently had. That is one of my most favorite profs.
And I'm like, that's pretty cool, that you've affirmed your identity like that. I don't know. Someone will tell me I'm wrong, I'm sure.
Go with how you feel, love who you love, you are who you are, and people who don't believe you can go fuck themselves.
Yep.
They can fuck themselves.
Yes.
Yep. Identity matters. Trans rights are human rights. Fuck
Burn
bigotry.
transphobes, not forests. Burn transphobes, not forests.
We're not for transphobes. So if you're a transphobe, then go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
fuck yourself.
Yeah, and if that
Stop
offends you
listening
and
to
you want to
us.
stop listening, I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
Fuck you.
take a long walk off of a short
Yeah,
pier.
I'm sorry,
bye-bye.
man. Or woman, or whatever you are.
Yeah, 'cause as much as I hate you, I'm not going to misgender you.
No,
'Cause I'm not like
exactly.
you.
Yep.
Or give us $1 on Patreon and come onto the Discord and tell us what you think.
Yeah.
Or give us $1. Yeah, what better way to own the libs than signing up to get on our Discord to tell us how wrong we are, directly by Discord message. So subscribe so you get the Discord link for as little as $1 a month.
And then you can tell us to go fuck ourselves.
how wrong we are about this gender stuff. Yeah, what better way to own the libs than to sign up for our Patreon?
I would feel so cucked if somebody else is paying me. Oh no.
Oh yeah, shit,
no.
yeah. Sign
Super
up for a Patreon, a monthly subscription of $1 a month. Way to fucking show us, guys.
Yeah.
But also-
www.patreon.com/ovpod.
That's
But
how you
also,
sign up.
seriously, you are who you are.
Yeah.
Your pronouns are your pronouns, and fuck everyone who won't respect that.
I like that. For Occultae Veritatis, I'm Ood Gallifrey.
Sage Murray.
Leon Filger.
Richard Bigley.
Trans rights. Oh, and our non-gender conforming radio demon that identifies as demon.
Yes, I am a demon. Don't worry about what's between my legs. Most of it's electricity right now.
Fair.
Oh, there's a circuit. Bye!
Bye.
Love you, bye.
Beautiful. Thank you for listening to our gender reveal party episode. Just as a note to leave off on, if you're trans or a little more informed than us, you may have noticed us using terms wrong or clumsily or misattributing things or mixing things up in this episode. And we take that charge. We're always trying to improve the way we say things, and we're never going to be perfect because, we're cis. We haven't lived the experience. But I believe that speaking out about these issues, even imperfectly, is better than staying quiet. So that's why we made an episode like this. Hope you enjoyed it. Playing us out this episode, I Am. A song about identity by the Laura Jeffrey Academy students. Located in St. Paul, Minnesota. Enjoy and see you in the after show.
Some of you are ignorant and undereducated. The information that you're taught is really outdated. But don't worry, it's all the system's fault. There are multiple orientations, and no, it's not an abomination. Sexual or romantic, they're all legitimate. There's such a thing as romantic attraction, not to be confused with sexual attraction, and sometimes these things don't line up. Transgender's more than woman to man. The issue that we're dealing with is getting out of hand. Acceptance could save so many lives. Don't listen to what you hear. There are people who are genderqueer because there's more than two genders. Please don't assume anybody's pronouns, gender neutral, they, them. That's how. Please just don't guess who I am. Skirts or shorts, that's just me. The way I dress is not my identity. Let me speak for myself.
Update to the gender reveal party episode that you just listened to, because sometimes it takes us a couple months to get from recording to release. February 6th. Michigan resident Evan Thomas Silva is dead after attending a baby shower on Saturday and loading a novelty cannon with gunpowder and firing it. Now, there's conflicting reports as to whether or not he fired the cannon for the purpose of releasing colored smoke for a gender reveal. When it was originally reported by ABC, they stated that the purpose of the cannon was for a gender reveal, to release that colored smoke. But further reports argue with that, saying that it wasn't done in accordance with a gender reveal party. So, conflicting reports. But the man loaded a cannon full of gunpowder, fired it, and a piece of shrapnel ended up killing him. This episode we came out against gender reveal parties and balloons and a whole bunch of things, but maybe we should do away with public explosives. Like, if you're a civilian fucking around with explosives that you barely know anything about, maybe we should put a finish to that as well. Turns out you don't need to cause a dangerous explosion with volatile materials to celebrate something. You can do it with, like, streamers and shit. It's possible. But that's it for this episode of Occultae Veritatis podcast. I've been Gallifrey. Tune in next week, where we progress to part 3 of our Neil Stonechild coverage.